So here we are on the account. Here's the 1 micro account. That's what I'm going to call it right now. And I have a catch-up account, which is doing pretty good too. But here's the January 29th, 2026 trade. I guess today's lessons is holding on to winners. We'll talk about that when we get to the charts. Just wanted to show an update on the accounts. Here's the other one. Took a trade already in the overnight session. We'll talk about that one tomorrow. But this was the trade. I took 2 trades. Broker rule. Taking 2 trades, but yeah, just traded order flow, wanting this account to get to the same level as the other one. So right now this is a little bit higher size, but we're not negative anymore. We're up 507. That's just because of today. It was up 90, but now traded the overnight session with order flow as well. So worked out pretty good, but that's not my edge, so I won't even say that I'm good at order flow. But it just so happened to work in my favor. This was trading 1 mini, this was trading 5 micros? Yes. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the charts now. Here we are on the 1 micro account chart, trade of the day. Not disappointed in myself, but I kind of am, because remember 2 videos ago when I talked about, or last video when I said I feel like I don't have an edge above the weekly swing high. I guess that changes after news on FOMC. Maybe it's something I should backtest, but there's a lot of volatility, and price ended up doing exactly what I wanted it to do based off of my overnight value area here on the overnight session. So it swept above and then rejected immediately, didn't even touch the point of control of the overnight session, and then closed way below. This should have been my entry. I hesitated. I waited for more confirmation to break out past the overnight range because of the loss I had yesterday. So entered it anyway because the delta was in my favor. I closed below the value area. I'm in negative delta, way negative delta. It opened that way from the overnight session, and got in way too late. I should have entered on the close of this candle right here. I didn't. So I entered here. That's 25 points that I just gave up because I have a late entry, because I'm scared, because I lost yesterday. Tom Hugard's book, it talks about what does yesterday's trading have to do with today's trade, and I didn't go on the next day thinking this is a 0 P&L day, a brand new day. I was still reliving yesterday. So that's something I need to work on, and because of that, I also got out early. I got out on a scare. This candle, it came back up. It was about $163 in profit here. Main target was the weekly swing high, but before that, the target was news. The bottom. This was my first target, and it was almost there. It was about to hit it, so I thought maybe it was a double bottom type. Came down, retested the bottom of the FOMC news candle from yesterday, and then it was going to come back up, and that's what I was afraid of, so I got out instead of trusting my system. I could have went break even and been fine, so I would have just either lost $0 or made, this was $500 on 1 micro. That's crazy. That's a 252 point move that I missed out on. But now I have another, this is what I see in my back test, but I've never really seen it trading above the weekly high, and I feel like the FOMC news had something to do with it as well. I don't know that yet. That'll be something that back test it, but rule of thumb is hold on to your winners. You can't create a strong positive expectancy with 1 micro versus 1 micro on your performance if you're not holding on to winners. If you're scared the market's coming up against you. I mean, I'm sure everybody goes through this when they're trading. It's something I'm definitely working on. Um, trust your back test. Trust your edge. Your edge is there for a reason, to make you profitable as long as you're disciplined and following your rules. If you don't have an edge in the market, don't trade sim until you figure out something. I found out may have an edge, and now I'm just testing it through expectancy with very small size. If I'm sizing up all the time, that changes expectancy, whether you like it or not. If you're upping your size, or in my case, if I'm upping my size all the time to make the money back that I lost from trading small, then that's not expectancy. That's a P&L expectancy, but it has nothing to do with your actual point expectancy, extraction from the market, so to speak. So that's what I'm on a journey on, of just trying to basically refine the engine and add the turbochargers on later. So I'll add size and I'll add winning positions along that way later. If it continue down, this is basically an add. It broke the FOMC news candle, so I add to this position and continue down. So that's all I got for this journal entry. So we'll see y'all next time.